The elbow, I saw it. Question, I saw his wrist. No. Sorry, call was coming in. Can you still hear me, Arifa? Can you hear me? Wrist to the elbow. Did you see it? Oh, did you see it? He said he showed it to you that it was the only place, no other part of his hand. And I said yes. Question, it was only that court. Do I say yes? Question, can you mention to the court whether there was any point in time he hit the windscreen and it was the windscreen alone that had contact with him with and then Andrea said yes. The court interrupted saying, windscreen? Is it the front screen or the side of the door? The glass of the door? Andrea said, not the door. Prado has a small glass. Question by OSA Aromolaron. The glass that he used his hand to eat was on the door or at the front of the car? And I said door. Question, in eating the glass of the door from the side, was there any metal object around the glass that could have caught his hand? Adora said, I'm not sure. Question, up to the point that there were leaving Ikorodu for Lucky, where was he? Adora said, I mean, where was he from the moment he finished the fight? From the moment he finished the fight with his friend, where was he? Adora said, he was in the Prado. Question, was there any time between Ikorodu and Lekki that he parked the car and went somewhere else? Because you said earlier that you left on Sunday and got home on Monday from Ikorodu to Lekki. There was no hold up? Adora said no. Question, did you branch any place? Adora said no. Question, so it was just from Ikorodu to Lekki? Adora said yes. Question, like how many hours did you spend on the road? Adora said like 2 hours. Question, you mentioned that he performed around 9 o'clock and he performed barely for 1 hour. Adora said yes. Question, around the period you were still waiting for you to take off, how many hours between the time he finished the show and when you moved the two out of town all and proceeded home to Lekki, how many minutes did you spend? And I said, I have no idea. Question, will I be correct to say immediately after you got to Lekki, you all went to your different rooms to sleep, or was there still any activity on that day? Andrea said, we did not do anything. Question, you all went to your different rooms to sleep? Andrea nodded up and down and he used his hand to answer. Question, between the morning of Monday, between the morning of Monday and by the time you called the nurse, was there any sign given by Mohbad suggesting that he really needed to go to the hospital? Was there anything suggesting that if he does not go to the hospital, he may lead to pie? And I said no. He shook his hand saying no. Question, from the moment you went to the room to give him his phone till you cooked Indomie, was there anything around him suggesting that if my brother does not seek medication and medical attention, he is suffering from something? Adura said no. That means, according to Adura's, no, 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 this is me talking now. According to what I just read, that means Adura is saying that all this time they went home, Mobile was fine, nothing, he ate well, nothing was happening. In what I just read, that is the narrative of Adura. Adura said no. Question, nothing like that? Adura said no. Question, in your written deposition between the court, you narrated two different incidents. You mentioned about when they came to arrest Zinoriski? Who
How the fiscal authority should work around ensuring that
we are talking about the reason he needed medical attention. All the activities between the Monday till when the nurse arrived. There was nothing going on around him. Adura said no. Can you see the narrative that Adura is pushing now? Mohbad was fine, ill, and healthy from Monday to Tuesday. Mohbad was fine. The court answered. The court interjected. In, is your brother taking any other form of medication? Do you know your brother to take any other medication? Does he smoke? No. Adura said no, he doesn't smoke. The court interjected again. Does he have a daily drugs that he is taking? Adura said yes, he has a drug. The court answered, what drug is that? What is it for? What does it take it for? Adura said, I do not know what it is for. SOS drug. The court answered, what is the meaning of that? Adura said, I don't know what the drug works for. Then Barrister OSA and Romularon continued. The SOS drugs that he takes, was it prescribed by a doctor or he takes it by himself? Now, this is where the barrister or the son need to work on. Who prescribed the SOS drug for Mohbad? What is the importance of the SOS drug? Because none of them could give answer to what the SOS drug is. That is why the court is asking that, is it a prescription? If it's a description, they need to ask the wife, who prescribed the SOS drug for Mohbad? If you're trying to tell us that it is the injection that gave to Mohbad, you're trying to tell us that it's the nurse that injected Mohbad. The nurse failed to ask Mohbad if Mohbad was taking drugs or if he's on many medication. But we need to know what that SOS drug is really meant for. Moving forward. Now let me proceed. Question. But you saw him using it. For how long was he using it? When did he start? Adora said, it's been a while. I can't say when. Last year or last 2 years? Or last 2 years. Question. Let's take the two events you mentioned in your written deposition. You narrated an incident that the NDLE officer visited the house and arrested Zinoriski and your brother, ran after them and saw that he was coming after them, and they parked and looked into and took him to. You said, okay, this one at the Zinoriski, blah, 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 blah. Now, let me go back. Let me forward it from that Zinoriski thing. Except you guys are interested in the issue of the NDLEA matter. So, question: when it came back from the NDLEA, according to you, was there any time you called a nurse to come and take care of him and give him any medication? Adura said yes. A nurse came. Question: a nurse came to treat him similarly, exactly the way a nurse came to treat him on the day he died? Adura said yes. Question: you know, I asked you a question and I said, who suggested the invitation? What suggested, what suggested the invitation? This is an error too. Who suggested the invitation for that period too? I said, it was the wife that called the nurse. That was his personal nurse. Till date, this is me talking now, we do not know Mohbad's personal nurse. Personal nurse that used to treat Mohbad and know everything about Mohbad, they have not questioned that particular nurse to come and give us details or account of what she knows about Mohbad's illness. And I believe that the son that we got is a criminal lawyer that's supposed to be thinking to all this part. They should ask the son, has he read through the CTC? Because if he doesn't read through the CTC, he will not know the right answer to ask. So back to the story. Question. I asked you a question and I said, who suggested the invitation? Adura said it was his wife that called the nurse, and that was his personal nurse. Then the court interjected. And think he did not get your question well. Ask him, ask the, ask him, ask him the question again. That after the episode of the DLEA was the substance. So um, your question, you get your question. I am not asking whether the wife called the nurse. My question is, what was his activities that suggested that you needed a nurse? You mentioned the other time that he was Jangpa. You mentioned the other time that he was Jangpa and he was vomiting. What happened to him when he returned that made you invite the nurse to take care of him? The answer, because of the water he drank and his eyes was red, very red. Question. And that was the reason for the invitation of the nurse at that time? Adura said, yes. Question. Mohbad was ill and healthy up to the afternoon of September 12th. Yes or no? Adura said, yes. Question. So now, I'm the one talking now. Arifa, according to what I just read now, it is not the hand that is worrying Mohbad. Are you feeling me? He says that it's only because Mohbad's eyes is red. Onjangpa. And that is why they needed to call the nurse. So, not because the hand is swollen and blood is gushing out of the hand. Though. So why did they tell the nurse to inject Mohbad, to give Mohbad tetanus?
So, Bossman, can we say that maybe mobile was hard? Is that was
Yes,
the
I
only
am
way I
reading.
can
Hold
see?
on, hold on. Let me tell them with the page that I'm reading from. I am reading from the page 302. 302. That is where I'm reading from now. 302. And you see, Hadura, that they only invited the nurse because Mohbad's eyes was red and he was downpine. Downpine means when you are sleep talking or sleep when you are sleep, what do you call it? What is downpine in English?
Sleepwalking.
Yeah, it wasn't working, it was just sleep, doing whatever activity while sleeping. All right. So that hold on, hold on. Red. And the question said, question, I'm reading from page 303 now. And that was the reason for the invitation of the nurse at that time? Do I say yes? Question. Mohbad was hale and healthy up to the afternoon. Question. Were you there when the decision to invite the nurse was taken, or you just saw a nurse coming in? Do I said, I was there when they wanted to call the nurse. Question. What informed the decision of calling the nurse? Because you said he was ill and healthy. That's a very good question. And I said, so that in order to treat the wound, people are so funny. Oh. He said the woman was fine. That the reason why he called the nurse before was Mohbad's eyes was red. He said he was not complaining about the wound. Now you are telling he has forgotten they've asked him earlier question, related question before. Are you getting it? Oh, you get it. Mm. The lawyer changed the topic, but asking him the same question but in another different format. He has forgotten what he said before, that they only invited the nurse because Mohbad's eyes was swollen because he drank water. His eye was red, very red. Now he's saying that to come and treat the wound. What does Mohbad's eyes red got to do with his wounds? All right, let's proceed. Question. So there was nothing other than the wound? Hadura said yes. Question. Were you there when the decision to invite the nurse? Okay, I've read that one. So he said, question, answer. What if who informed the decision of calling the nurse? What informed the decision of calling the nurse? Because you said he was ill and healthy. Hadura said, so that in order to treat the wound, you cannot leave the wound like that. Hadura, question. When the nurse arrived, did she take steps? Did she take steps to treat the wound? Hadura said yes. Question. Were you there when she was treating it? Hadura said, I was not there. I was not there, but I know the nurse treated him. Question. Was the wound treated? When she came, did she treat the wound? Hadura said no. She just said he would need tetanus injection. I want to pray because this part remind me of the VDM'S. I will go back to the VDM'S. All of you will see they are the one that suggested anti-tetanus to the nurse. So these people are the one who suggested anti-tetanus to the nurse. So according to their own narratives, I will go back to because of me. I am reading from page 303. Please take note of this page in case we need to come back to this page. 303. In the VDM'S cross-examination, this one I'm saying this out of my own end. He said when they got home, Mohbad was ill and healthy. They are the one that said that this wound make tetanus, make it not enter your hand, yo. They are the one who tell the nurse, say make it bring tetanus injection, no. So how did they know about tetanus? Now, take a look at what Hadura now said here. That they asked him, was the wound treated when she came? Did she treat the wound? Hadura said no. She just said he would need tetanus injection. All right. Question. Who tested Mohbad? Who tested Mohbad? I'm reading from page 304. Who tested Mohbad and arrived at point that he would need tetanus? That's a good question. He said, I think it was the nurse. See, let me pause right there. Let me use my own whatever. He said he think it was the nurse. But the night, they claim that the nurse came on Tuesday. Arifa, am I right? On Monday, according to the VDM'S, they were already discussing about tetanus before they even called the nurse. So, before the arrival of the nurse on Tuesday, on Monday evening, they were already talking about tetanus in the house. All right. Which I am going to go back to Ajekaka Tita Hadura, and I will go and read that part where they were already discussing when they got home. And they were downstairs. That they were like, where? Tetanus injection. Key tetanus malo one. That is their own decision. So tetanus by my one tetanus within 24 hours. And then any pay cut kikereni. So why are you not saying that it's tetanus? Anyway, no problem, no wahala. Question: what steps did she take before discovering that he needs tetanus? Adura said, I don't know. Question: but you heard her say, I want to treat you on tetanus. So, treatment of tetanus, tell the court how she made step by steps, what she did in the treatment of the tetanus. Adura said, I was not there when she was treating him. Question: you were not there. She was passing syringe on the body, whether on the elbow, wrist, bum. You were not there. Adura shook his head side to side. Question: you have said before, my lord, that you were cooking in the kitchen. Who was with you? Adura said, Bami and CY. Question: CY is Mohbad's wife? Adura said, yes. Question: what were you cooking at that time? Adura said, fried rice. Question: before he died, did he eat out of the fried rice? Adura said, no. Question: when you were cooking fried rice in the kitchen, the nurse was treating Mohbad upstairs? Adura said, yes. And the wife was going upstairs and coming downstairs. Question: at what point did it become critical that all of you had to go upstairs to go and meet him? Adura answered, CY shouted and called us that she does not know what is happening to Mohbad and is on the floor. Question: you have to correct yourself. Jampa in Yoruba means you are sleeping and speaking from your sleep. It is better you use a better language that he was rolling. Adura question: is that what happened? Adura said, yes, that is what happened. Question: if he was in pain rolling on the floor, is it possible that the time that he was not saying anything, what was he complaining about? Hadura said, he was not saying anything. Question: he was just rolling on the floor, saying nothing? Hadura said, yes. Question: did anything suggest to you at that time that somebody I saw a few minutes ago, ill and healthy, and now that there was treatment, and now that they are treating him of tetanus, he is now rolling on the floor? And what came to your mind? Hadura said, I thought of it too, that it's not what was given to him that made him feel like that. So I ran downstairs to get a cab to get him to the hospital. Now, Hadura is claiming that it was when we ran downstairs to get a cab. Wunmi claimed that it was when we ran into the neighbor's house to get a cab. Hadura is claiming that it was when we came to get a cab. Just keep paying attention to some of these things that is totally different from the story. Who were you saying that to? To yourself? Hadura said, yes, I was saying it to myself. Question: when you were in the vehicle conveying him to the hospital, did you ask questions from the nurse sitting in that vehicle that what did she give to your brother that your brother is in this state? Hadura said, I didn't ask any question. Question: you just sat in the vehicle waiting to arrive at the hospital? Hadura said, yes. The court interjected. Witness: how old are you? Hadura said, 20 years old. Barrister OSA Aromolaro continued to the investigation. Cross-examination. I'm reading from 306 now. 306 of the CTC. At the time your brother was on the lap of the three of you while going to the hospital, at what point did the driver struggling to come out of Odin steering was the one who came to you from the back and told you he was getting cold? Do you understand the question, or you want me to take it again? Okay. At the time your brother was on your lap, or on the lap of the three of you, while going to the hospital, at what point did the driver struggling to come out of Odin steering was the one who came to you from the back and told you he was getting cold? Hadura said it was as he was driving the car that he reached back to check in. Question: how close was the body to the front of his car that he was able to touch his hand? Hadura answered, it was the middle of the seat. It was not far from the front seat. Question: you mentioned to the court earlier that when you got to the first hospital, between the time you arrived at the first hospital and the time this doctor came to tell you your brother has passed on, it was up to 15 minutes. Within that 15 to 20 minutes, what did the doctor apply on him? Did they give him drip, injection, or water? What did they do to him? Hadura said, I was not there. I did not see what was done to him, but they just came to say he has cried. Question: was there any possibility that when they took him, they still gave him some injection or drugs? Was anything suggesting that? Hadura said no. Question: immediately after the doctor came out to tell you that he had spiked, where was the nurse? Hadura said she was with us there. Question: when all of you could not ask any question, did the nurse go to the doctor to give an account of what she did? Hadura said yes. Question: what answer did the doctor provide for the question he raised to the nurse? Hadura said, I did not know. They went to discuss in another room. Question: and there was no time anybody came to give an account of the discussion? Hadura said no. Question: from then till now, you did not make inquiries to know what was the question and what was the answer provided? Hadura said no. Question: when your father arrived at the point when he saw the cops, he asked questions about what caused the fight. Did you make any explanation to him? Hadura said, I did not tell him anything at that time, and he did not ask me anything at that time. Question: so you, Hadura, the brother of Mohbad, if the court is asking you, let's say the court arrives inside your apartment immediately after the fight of your brother, and the court says, you, as the immediate brother of Mohbad, what led to the cause of the fight? From all you have said here today, is there anything you think the court does not know and you want the court to know, and you think if you say it will help the court to get to the root of the fight of your brother? And I said, what I can say is that maybe Prime Boy ate him with something. I have thought maybe Prime Boy ate him with something. I have thought about it, and that is the only thing I can think of. Question: so if the court arrived and they said, who is your brother? And you say he is your brother, and your brother is on the ground, who pied him? And you will say Prime Boy eat him with something. That is what you will say? That the court interjected. He said maybe Prime Boy. You know that the court did not allow him to answer that question. The court interjected. He said maybe Prime Boy. Okay. The barrister continued. You are no longer a boy. You are a man. As a representative of the family, and say things is, I don't understand this right. Okay. Aramularo was the one talking here, saying, you are no longer a boy, you are a man. Act as a representative of the family and say this is what killed your brother. Question. The only thing I can say is that Prime Boy is only suspect. Question. I am not asking you to tell the court who are suspects. Leave court to bring out who you are suspecting. Give the court an account of what killed your brother. Court, help me find who may be responsible. Help me find who may be responsible. And the court interjected saying, while thinking, in that your apartment, out of all of you living in there, who is the oldest and how old? Hadura said Mohbad was the oldest. The court answered, how old? He said 26. The barrister, Aroma, reading from 309 now, said, the indomie you cooked for your brother, where did you buy it? Where did you get it? Hadura said, we had it in the house before. Question, is there any possibility that you didn't look at it? You just cut it and drop in the pot? Hadura said, no. Is there any possibility that rat might have eaten from it? Hadura said, no. How old you were told that your brother took Panadol to relieve him of the pain he was going through? Hadura said, I don't know about that. Question, the nurse that took care of him, the antitetanus substance that you said he gave your brother during the time or after that time, did you make attempt to see whether the particular drug used was purchased anywhere other than this pharmacy store? Are you don't have any information about that? Hadura shook his head. Question, my lord, that will be all. That was the cross-examination of Hadura. Okay? That was the cross-examination of that particular lawyer. So, okay, my lord, that will be all. And cross-examination of OS and Yala and
Hold on.
I said,
Hold on, bossman. We should know that very day, almost all the lawyers are asking the same question, but in a different form.
Yeah.
You understand? The same question in a different languages. And he kept giving the different answers either. Now, in everything in this CTC now, compared to what Hadura has given out in this interview, Queen of Energy, what do you think? Is it 80% similar or 100%, or if you have been asked to rate the similarity, to you, it's like how many percent? Queen, are you there? Okay. Let me ask King. What do you think?
I think that he spoke more on the interview than the CTC, because there are a lot of things that he said in the interview that he never said in the CTC.
Okay. Things like Prime Boy
Things like Prime Boy
punch Mohbad.
Mm-hmm.
Arifa, let me take this cross-examination from this particular lawyer, because this particular lawyer was asking specifically of the injury, and you guys need to hear this part. There's another lawyer that was cross-examining him. Her name is, I guess it's a she, Ani Wechi. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce that name. It's an Igbo name. You told the court that you've been with your brother for some time. How long? Hadura said 3 years. After he was married, who was doing the cooking for your brother? Hadura said his wife, and sometimes I cook also. Question. I'm reading from page 310. If you have CCC, please open to 310. Question. His wife, how many people were in the house the day your brother died? Hadura said OG, Bami, West, CY. Question. That is about 5 people. Out of all the people you have mentioned, how many of these have access to your kitchen? Hadura said everybody. Question. So everybody goes to your kitchen the way they like? You inform the court that the deceased CY yourself ate from the noodles that you prepared. Did you eat from the same plate? Hadura did not say anything. There was no answer for this one. Question. How would you describe the injury on the deceased end? Was it swollen, minor, deep? Hadura said it was not deep, just minor. Question. Was it swollen? Hadura said yes. Question. You told the court that while you were at the back of the car, your brother was still breathing. Hadura said yes. Question. At what time did you personally confirm that the breathing had stopped? Hadura said, when we got down from the traffic and put him on the bike, the way he was sitting, he was not balanced, and that was when I detected that something had happened. Question. So he had stopped breathing at that time? Hadura said yes. Question. So you can confirm to the court that he had stopped breathing before he got to the hospital? Hadura said yes. So cross-examination by David Nowola. Question, Hadura. Please, at what point did the issue between the deceased and Prime Boy started? Hadura said, I don't know when it started. Question. Please confirm, did you make the statement that is before the court? Did you make the statement that is before the court? Hadura said yes. Question. Let me cast your mind back to paragraph 15 of statement. It says before the show started, he had been having issue with Prime Boy. From home and after the show, the issue resorted to a fight. And did you make that statement? Hadura said yes. Question. So why did you tell the court that you don't know? Hadura said, I don't know. Question. Is it safe to state that most of the statement you have made before the court, you don't know about it? Hadura said, it is what I know I have spoken about. Question. Because based on your statement, I was going to ask further that what was the issue that we're having from home? I did not make the statement, you made it. And going by your statement, what issue were they having from home? Can you tell this court can you tell this court you are assisting the court? You cannot tell the court something different from what you have written in your statement. Hadura answered, they had a misunderstanding on what they had said to each other. Question. I want to ask again, how close were you to your brother? Hadura answered, we were close, but not very close. Question. Do you know if he visits the hospital on a regular basis? Hadura answered, he doesn't go to the hospital. Question. At what point did you notice that he doesn't go to the hospital? I think I've read this part before, right? I think I've read this part before, so that is it.
All right.
Can you
Thank
see
you
that
so
in
very
all what I
much,
read,
boss.
there was nothing like anyone who said they saw Mohbad on Monday is lying. I do not know if it was omitted. Maybe it was people that went to Tona Inquest that the one that came to Tona and gave us that story. But people also need to understand that Hadura was speaking in Yoruba, wherever the registrar was only transcribing whatever Hadura was saying in Yoruba into English. Maybe she omitted that part. Then are we going to be sure?
There's
Now,
every possible.
if you want to continue to mention that part, the people of Wunmi will tell you that whatever is not in the CTC, don't go by it. Show us where it is in the CTC where Hadura said that whoever saw Mohbad on Monday is lying. So by the law, we have to go by what is on the CTC. Am I correct now, Arifa? Do you understand? So there's no place in the CTC, according to what I've read now, where Mohbad Hadura said whoever saw Mohbad on Monday is lying.
All right, that's a good one, bossman. But before any comments, let's go straight to see why.
He got injured from a fight with his close friend, and also he was actually treated by a nurse. But
on that day or the day of his death?
on the day of his death, yeah, which was on Tuesday, September 12th. But my father-in-law has found a way of trying to divert people's attention away from the reality to another thing entirely. So like most people on the public faces do not even go to the real issue on ground anymore.
The real issue. What really happened that last day?
Yeah, so what actually happened is like it was on Tuesday, and a nurse actually came, like his friend, spending, called a nurse. He was the one that gave us the nurse number, and one of his workers, Bami, called the nurse, and the nurse came around on Tuesday. Even on that Tuesday, he was supposed to go to a podcast interview, but the nurse actually came, and he was actually fine, although he sustained an injury, but he was okay, like it wasn't worse, because he had like plans for that day. So the nurse came, and the nurse gave him injection. I think it was the third injection that he reacted to.
Did she give the injections back to back?
No, it's like the distance wasn't really that much.
Okay, so
yeah, so it
like
was,
an hour or so in between each injection.
Yeah, so it was the third injection that he reacted to.
How did you react to it?
After the injection,
Wait,
Do you recognize that she said that there was an hour between the injection? The lady asked her, so you want to say there was hours between the injection? She said yes.
that's why I said let's listen again. Hold on.
he got injured from a fight with his close friend, and also he was actually treated by a nurse. But
on that day or the day of his death?
on the day of his death, yeah, which was on Tuesday, September 12th. But my father-in-law has found a way of trying to divert people's attention away from the reality to another thing entirely. So like most people on the public faces do not even go to the real issue on ground anymore.
The real issue. What really happened that last day?
Yeah, so what actually happened is like it was on Tuesday, and a nurse actually came, like his friend, spending, called a nurse. He was the one that gave us the nurse number, and one of his workers, Bami, called the nurse, and the nurse came around on Tuesday. Even on that Tuesday, he was supposed to go to a podcast interview, but the nurse actually came, and he was actually fine, although he sustained an injury, but he was okay, like it wasn't worse, because he had like plans for that day. So the nurse came, and the nurse gave him injection. It was the third injection that he reacted to.
Did she give the injections back to back?
No, it's like the distance wasn't really that much.
Okay, so
yeah, so
like
it was,
an hour or so in between each injection.
Yeah, so it was the third injection that he reacted to.
How did you react to it?
After the injection, he vomited, he peed, and he started having reactions, started having goosebumps all over his body, his heart. He complained that like it was feeling hot in his heart.
Number one, the host says
Is Arifa frozen or is it me? Arifa, are you frozen?
Yeah, he has frozen.
Can we tap, please? Let's tap, guys. We're over 181 here. If we don't tap, Arifa has issue with his network. That's what's gonna happen. Can we tap, please? I thought it was my side. Hmm? 15 push-ups. One. Ah, so good. Let's tap.
If I touch the hand, she said if I touch his what, 10 minutes. And I just did 5.
Did you get parrot mail?
Hmm?
Did you get a parrot mail?
Parent mail for what?
Tomorrow you have to bring a carrier bag so you can take our bits.
If we not tap send roses, Arifa will not unfreeze. Let's tap and send roses. That's the rules of TikTok. Yeah. When a host is hosting for a long time, if you don't send gift, you don't tap. This is what happens. When they say send gift, now they will say, oh, Arifa is asking for gift. Network no go ever settle. Ah, wow. If TikTok didn't want people to give, they won't put that gift icon there. They would have taken it off. I don't understand people who come to say people are asking for gifts. They are sending gifts. Is there question TikTok? Is that for a reason? Is that for a reason?
I want to ask a question. And the question is, I think the network is okay now. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you clearly.
Okay.
Arifa, please, I want to drop. Arifa, please, I want to drop. Please, can you get back to me for WhatsApp, please?
Let's keep tapping. Oh, send your 1 roses, 2 roses, half roses. TikTok is that if you don't tap in a show, they don't really classify it like serious. Yeah, come out. Crunchy Queen, we can't bring you up until host is available. Until it's available before you can bring guests up. If not, you can't. Hurry up, let me close the door. Arifa, you are muted. Unmute yourself.
I don't even know. I dey beg say mo take the likes to 50K. I don't know, say I mute myself. So I've been talking to my phone, I don't know. Guys, more than obvious. Let's take this thing up to 50k. At least it's going to help us stabilize the network. Guys, please. Now, sorry. I said before anything, let's listen to CY.
To the real issue on ground anymore.
The real issue. What really happened that last day?
Yeah, so what actually happened is, like, it was on Tuesday, and a nurse actually came, like his friend, spending, called a nurse. He was the one that gave us the nurse number, and one of his work at Bami called the nurse, and the nurse came around on Tuesday. On that Tuesday, he was supposed to go to a podcast interview, but the nurse actually came, and he was actually fine, although he sustained an injury, but he was okay, like it wasn't worse, because he had like plans for that day. So the nurse came, and the nurse gave him injection. I think it was the third injection that he reacted to.
Did she give the injections back to back?
No, it's like the distance wasn't really that much.
Okay, so
so
it was an hour or so in between each injection.
Yeah, so it was the third injection that he reacted to.
How did he react to it?
After the injection, he vomited. He peed, and he started having reactions, started having goosebumps all over his body. His heart, he complained that it was feeling hot in his heart. Do you understand?
Now, I'm asking some kind of question before my network starts misbehaving. One of the question is, Mohbad could not talk immediately after the injection, according to Hadura. Now, according to CY, he was complaining. Please, let me put this. Mr. Andy, are you there?
I'm here.
Sorry, let me ask you this, sir. You are far more intelligent than I do.
One sec,
my question is,
one sec.
Okay. Pending the time you will come back, I want you guys to hear that again.
But the nurse actually came, and he was actually fine, although he sustained an injury, but he was okay, like it wasn't worse, because he had like plans for that day. So the nurse came, and the nurse gave him injection. I think it was the third injection that he reacted to.
Did she give the injections back to back?
No, it's like the distance wasn't really that much.
Okay, so
so
it was an hour or so in between each injection.
Yeah, so it was the third injection that he reacted to.
How did he react to it?
After the injection, he vomited. He peed, and he started having reactions, started having goosebumps all over his body. His heart, he complained that.
Okay, hear this.
Feeling hot in his heart. Do you understand? He told us to get him some reactions.
Listen to this.
Reactions, started having goosebumps all over his body. His heart, he complained that it was feeling hot in his heart. Do you understand? He told us to get him some water. That I want to put some water in his body, which his brother did. And
now my question is this: you all hear that? Mohbad complained that his heart is feeling hot inside his heart. Then he requested for some water, that he want to pour some water in his body, and his brother gave him the water. Now, two questions emerge. The first question is, why is it that whenever this lady is narrating everything that happened in that house, she will never for once mention any part that she took? Either I gave him water, either I assisted him from the ground to the bed, either I took him from one room to another, either I am the one that did this, I helped him with this, he asked me for this, and I told him this. There is nothing of such from this lady. Is it that throughout all this scenario and everything that happened, Mohbad and Wunmi never had any conversation? Mohbad never requested anything from her, and Mohbad never asked her to do anything for him throughout that day. I'm lost here somehow. One. Secondly, sir, is it possible for someone that could not talk, according to what Hadura said, that Mohbad could not talk, the person that cannot talk after the injection is still the one asking, saying that he's hot. How did he pass the information that he's hot? His heart is hot and he needed some water. Please come to my rescue, Mr. Andy.
Well, good afternoon, Arifa. Good afternoon, everybody, and good morning, wherever you are streaming for. You see, when you listen to Wunmi summation all the way from October till now, she never take any responsibility of what happens to Mohbad. And you will see, she always puts everything on Hadura or someone else. That is number one point. And also, as I was going through on TikTok, I will come back to the second question. As I was going through on TikTok, there's one guy that I used to follow. His name is Shegun, Objective Media. I don't know whether you have seen that interview, a short interview that he did with Hadura. You understand me? And if I want to relate that short clips that he did with Hadura about maybe a few hours ago, or a day or 2 days, you will see from there that Hadura is a big liar. You understand me? Because Hadura said, and even though when you go back to what you just played now, when they asked Wunmi, the injection, is it minute by minute? And the interviewer now put it in her mouth. Is it 1 hour after the other? And she said yes. 3 injections. And don't forget, from the beginning, according to them, I want to ask you, what time did the nurse arrive? On Tuesday?
2:45. 2:45, according to the preliminary report.
Correct. When you look from that interview, 3 hours, 2 hours, and 4:30, 4 o'clock, they have already been in the first hospital. Was the injection given to Mohbad during their way to the first hospital? You see, this is where you see, when Bossman is reading the CTC of Hadura, I will be honest with you, it's boring. I was pissed off because everything on that CTC was scripted. There's no truth. Because the issue of fight in the house was not even appear. The issue of the driver waiting outside was not appear. You understand me? And you see that corona inquest was clearly set up to cover the atrocity of what happened. You understand? A lot of things. You see, that's why I personally, woman saw Orokon, wani, biya mumo sabi mumo so ko correct me, Arifa, wani, die ni ti alaba ninu beji. Am I correct? If, because we need to be honest with ourselves, our finger is pointing to Wunmi Adebanjo. Our finger is pointing to Wunmi that, come on, you know what happens to Mohbad. Now, what of Hadura? The same father, the same mother. They both came through the same gateway of Mama Mohbad. The same sperm from Baba Mohbad brought both of them on this planet. And this is where I personally, I will continue saying this. We may have blood on her hand because she knew what happens to Mohbad. And trust me, a criminal will never come out to come and tell what he or she has done. Could you be now that Hadura himself is part of what happens to Mohbad. And don't forget, with this on the 12th of September, it's all scripted. And don't forget, I will continue saying this. You see that original nurse who happens to be Mohbad nurse, Nurse Wunmi. We need to find a way where VDM is going to interview that nurse. I believe she was the first nurse before the second one came. Maybe because...
But Andy, they said they called her and she said she can't make it.
No, it's all scripted. That I believe, allegedly, she was the first nurse. The first nurse, allegedly. Trust me. But I'm now thinking, could it be? She said, you know what? I cannot be part of all this. You understand me? I don't want to be part of this. Because up till now, if it's a country that is working, the first nurse of Mohbad would have been called by the Nigerian police, by the authority, and give an account. What do you know about Mohbad? What are the treatments are you giving Mohbad? When was the last time you saw Mohbad last? What was the last time you treated Mohbad last? All these questions will be based. And the question is this: if Wunmi can make mention of the second nurse, the first nurse, okay, let's just assume that it's not Nurse Wunmi. Where is the first nurse? Am I making points?
Yeah, because nobody has mentioned the name of the first nurse till today.
Where is the first nurse? That's why I'm now
something
suspecting.
Is not right. Yeah,
something is happening there. You see, let me just, so that I can give other people chance. You see, when you don't put emotion into this justice for Mohbad. Don't swear for Wunmi. Don't curse Wunmi. But if you decided to swear for Wunmi or you curse Wunmi, you have to curse all the family altogether. All the family, because they all knew what happens to Mohbad and they failed to come and tell the public. The parents of Mohbad, they knew. You understand me? Now, allegedly, Wunmi commit this crime. Do you expect Wunmi to come and tell you this is the crime she has committed? Now, what of you, the parents of Mohbad, who you are not in the house when this atrocity happens to Mohbad? Can't you come out and tell the whole world what are you covering? That is why I'm saying that you don't need to curse Wunmi. You understand me? Because Hadura was there. Look, you are claiming that Baba Mohbad or Iya Mohbad, whatsoever, they are looking for justice. What kind of justice are they looking for? If they are powerless to arrest Wunmi and take her to lawsuit, what of Hadura? She will be Hadura. Before, what they are claiming was King White, during the time King White was locked up, was Hadura locked up with King White? The answer is no. You understand? What of this Asho Hadura, Asho Eje? You understand me? Nobody is talking about that. There's a lot of things that this family, they have covered up. And I believe one day Mohbad will get that justice, either they like it or not. But I don't know how that justice will come up. Look at Hadura through the interview that he did with Objective Media, Shegun. He lied there. Arifa, if you have that short clips, you can play it for people to listen, to come and see the lies of Hadura. And at a point, Hadura said something, but the interviewer cut Hadura off. I believe this thing was edited, because when Hadura said, "Mommy me not iwa," that area was cut off, and Hadura now said something else. That place, I believe, it was being edited. You understand? Now, through there, you see, when we are talking, Bossman have said something on this platform this morning. We need to be clear. We all came here to find out what killed Mohbad at the beginning of September 2023. We are not here because of bully. We are not here because of bully. Our primary objective on J4M is what killed Mohbad. Let's forget bully now. We are over 150 here. When we start voting now, that okay, which one do we want? Is it the bully justice we want, or what killed Mohbad? I believe everybody on this platform will go to what killed Mohbad. Now, let's just assume if those people that bully Mohbad was being locked up now, you understand me, and they are facing their judgment, are we going to stop justice for Mohbad? The answer is no. The answer is no. But let's be frank with ourselves. If the justice for Mohbad, what killed Mohbad, happens today, you understand me, I can bet it with my life, half of those people seeking justice for Mohbad, they will say, I'm done. About bullying, it's up to you if you want to go for bullying. That is the honest truth. Forget about the interview of Sam Larry. Sam Larry lies. He bullied Mohbad. But that should not be our objective. It's a distraction. It's what killed Mohbad we want. You understand me? And also, let me quickly make some things clear. Regarding to all this series of interviews that happen, you understand me, other people might be doing underground work, but you see this recent interview that happened, all this interview speed up because of Supreme Iron Lady. Other people can be doing something else, but you now see this invitee that they invite Wunmi, Iya Mohbad to Abuja. It's not by anybody, it's by Naira Marley. You understand me? And let me say this, if people, this is my own personal opinion now, if people are saying that what VDM is doing is to exonerate Naira Marley totally out of this rubbish killing of Mohbad, we have to think it's more than that. It's more than that. And the reason is this. The younger sister of Mama Mohbad, who happens to be Folashade, was it in the house? Was it any bully related to Mohbad? The answer is no. But VDM interviewed this woman in correspondence to what killed Mohbad. Let's go back to Prime Boy. Prime Boy was being exonerated. You understand me? But he interviewed Prime Boy as well in collaboration to what killed Mohbad. It's not about bully. You understand me? And you see, if all this thing is happening, you understand me? Know how they are going to talk about the bully. You understand me? Something positive or statement that is going to be positive will come out regarding to what killed Mohbad. That is my own personal opinion. Because you see, when people are saying VDM want to exonerate, blah, 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 it's more than that. You understand? It's more than that. And please, if one way or the other you still have interest on this justice for Mohbad, let's focus on what killed Mohbad. You understand me? And we shouldn't forget, the Lagos State Police have already made mention about the bully. It's a separate case. It's pending. You understand me? It's pending. They will still deal with that one. You understand me? And you see, let me quickly say this. It might be funny to you. They are talking about one guy that was being arrested, Shamsodium. Don't forget, what brought everybody here is what killed Mohbad. We have been told that he was being arrested. First, he was being kidnapped. And we know how sometimes Nigerian police operate. They will trap you. You are once in that position before, Arifa. You understand me? But later, you later surface that you are in their police custody. And you see, this Shamsodium, he might want to help us. Because if you listen to what he has said on his platform, even during his protest at Ikorodu, he made it clear that Wunmi killed Mohbad. He has never used allegedly. Could you be this guy know what we have been looking for in the last 2 years? He might want to help us. And I believe that is the reason they arrested him. Maybe he will be able to give them evidence. He might have the proof. Now, just stop saying, they should free him. If you are campaigning, they should free him. Don't you want to have what killed Mohbad? This guy might have the proof of what happened. Because if you listen, he has made us clear that Wunmi killed Mohbad. Let the Nigerian police keep him there to investigate him. Let him give them the secret. What he knew about what my Mohbad. Because I believe Baba Mohbad too, he never came out and said Wunmi killed Mohbad. But this guy have came out and tell the whole world. You understand me? You might be in Western world. Out of the country, you might be blushing your mouth anyhow. But you, that you are in that country, and you have the effrontery that Wunmi killed Mohbad, you must have evidence. That is what I want to say about this guy. All what we need to do is to help Nigerian police to continue to investigate this guy, so that any secrets that he has or he have in his hand, he can tell the whole world, so that everybody, we can go and sleep in our house and Mohbad can have justice later. Thank you, everybody.
Ask you a question.
Can I come in if you don't mind?
Sure this guy has evidence?
Well, Queen of Energy. Sholake, Queen of Energy.
Yes.
This guy said, Wunmi killed Mohbad. Not once, not twice, many times. You understand me?
And he said it with his full chest.
With his full chest.
Very boldly.
That is why I believe
he has something.
He has something. and the police too, they want to unravel what happens to Mohbad. Sholaki, my brother, you can go home, please.
You cannot go on, no, Mr. Sholaki. Please wait your turn, sir. You can't go on. Thank you.
Crunchy Queen, I'm going to report you. Go back to classroom.
The Queen was up here before Sholaki.
Yes, now. Mr. Sholaki met us now, so he will wait his turn.
Crunchy Queen, go back to classroom. Go back to classroom.
I'm on break. I'm on break. My people, I salute you all. Oh, wow. You know, this Mohbad case na series. We go still dey talk am until justice is served. I'm going to start, well, let me start by saying, Andy, good submission as always. Well done. I salute the hosts, all panelists as usual, and commenters. We appreciate everybody's time, effort, data on this matter, and the God of heaven will reward all of us in Jesus' name. We will not do it in vain. Mohbad will get justice. How, when, we don't know, but we are confident and positive that justice will come. Now, I'm going to start from the voice note of that interview. And as the interview was playing, I was writing down. And I will want Arifa to go back to that point where the interviewer was asking questions and Wunmi quickly mentioned Tuesday. You know, these people are trying so hard to eliminate Monday. They are trying so hard to act as if September 11, 2023 is not existing on the calendar. At any mention, Wunmi will jump to Tuesday. So the big question is, was it that Mohbad did not do anything on Monday? Sheyi, the manager, could not reach Mohbad. The guy who was processing the Canada trip could not reach him on Monday. He was supposed to have a collabo with one guy. Arifa Miloti Boboye commenters. There was this guy that went on a podcast and said Mohbad and I were supposed to have a collabo on Monday.
Zoro.
Thank you. He was supposed to have a collabo with Zoro on Monday. Zoro said it. Thank you, Abby. Zoro said it. So where was Mohbad on Monday? Does it mean he was in the house with a pain, with a swollen hand? I don't know. Where was Mohbad on Monday? Nobody could reach him. So since they came out from the show early hours of Monday morning, Wunmi, where was Mohbad throughout Monday? Because you have never spoken about Monday. You always jump to Tuesday. Anybody interviewing Wunmi should ask her play by play by the hour. What time did you get back from Ikorodu? What time did you get to Lekki? What time did you go to bed? When you woke up, what time did Mohbad wake up? Can you give us the activities of Mohbad on Monday? My people, we are not going to swallow Tuesday. You know, say we don't wake up. We will be taking them back to Monday. Give us a play-by-play hour. What did Mohbad they do for Monday? What did he do? What was he doing in the house? An artist who will have engagement? In fact, they said the social media handle on that day.
He did not post on Monday. He did not even.
Now I want to talk Queen of Energy. Nadia, they go.
Sorry, I don't jump past.
No. Now you be my person. But I was just about to say that somebody is actively on social media could not even post anything on Monday. My people, now we know so they are lying because their script is not scripting. We know. So my dear Arifa, we will be taking them back to Monday, waiting sub for Monday. Kilo she Mohbad Monday. Even if you get injury for hand, you go see access social media now Queen of Energy waiting at the top. You go see post now. You can even show your fans. You can even show your fans the injury.
Coronavirus, you still touch your phone. No matter what pain, you go still touch
My sister, Mohbad will even post the injury. Mohbad, he will even post the injury to the fans on that Monday. Say, guys, yes now, because in Nigeria, not just Nigeria, all over the world, anything in our content, you will do anything to engage your fans. Anything. If you are eating, you are posting. If you are poo-pooing, you are posting. Any crazy thing you are doing, you are posting. People have personalized their lives on social media. So that injury that Mohbad got, he would have posted it on Monday.
Ma'am.
If he was really alive and lively, the way Wunmi is saying it, that on Tuesday he was even talking. So if he was talking on Tuesday, that means he would have been a parrot on Monday. Am I communicating according to Bukky Jesse?
You are communicating, ma. Carry on.
He would have. And only Queen of Energy, they feel me. Thank you, sister. No come on.
Are you talking with your chest?
Yes.
With my full chest. Only because I don't get on your life.
Check bomb me.
Honestly, Mohbad would like, because if Wunmi can say he was even talking on Monday, that means he was even talking on Tuesday. That means Monday, Mohbad would have been a parrot. He would have been disturbing everybody with yabis. He would have opened his phone and shown his fans, almost see my hand, oh, see cuts where I get for Ikorodu. He would have posted. There was no activity on Mohbad's page on social media. Wunmi, what happened on Monday? Where was Mohbad? You could not reach him.
Wunmi and Hadura, all of they add the Hadura name inside this thing. Hadura's name too cannot disappear. His name was
okay, ma. Wunmi, Hadura, where was Mohbad on Monday? Where was he? Because Sheyi could not reach him. Sheyi could not reach him. The guy planning to take him to Canada could not reach him. Zomo was expecting him for, is this Zomo being Azoro? Was expecting him for collabo on Monday. Mohbad was a no-show. Social media handle, Mohbad did not post on September 11. You guys cannot cancel that date. Una they play. You guys cannot cancel that day. Una they play. You guys cannot cancel that day. You cannot take his life and also take that day. It's not possible. You cannot cheat him twice. You can't cheat him twice. We will keep emphasizing now Monday. We want to know the play-by-play by the hour. If these guys get a good interrogator, they will fall like a pack of cards. Now, law I suppose do. I change my mind. Because I go to ask them hour by hour. Where is Mohbad? My focus is Mohbad. Kini Mohbad Ishe, where was he? At 9 a.m., what was he doing? At 10 a.m., what was he doing? At 11 a.m., what was he doing? 12 noon, where was he? 1 p.m., where was he? If you say he's very lively on Tuesday, that means he will have been livelier on Monday. So where was he? Why couldn't Sheyi reach him? Why couldn't the guy processing his trip to Canada, why couldn't he reach him? Where was Mohbad? Kile Shefun. We will get to the root of this matter. Another thing, like I said, you know.
Queen.
Oh God.
Sir? Queen.
Sir?
30 seconds. Let me say this. This is my own personal opinion. Yeah? If at this stage, especially you've seen the end of Corona inquest. If you are still relying on that CTC, you are mugun. Because everything was scripted. Thank you.
Adegod, God will bless you. Adegod just added another one. Even his mother could not reach him. Does it mean Mohbad slept throughout on Monday? Even if Sasefly beat him. What they call sleeper. Even if Sasefly, So Mohbad slept throughout 24 hours. Nobody could reach Mohbad. His mother, his lawyer, the guy processing Canada for him. Because I know Zomo, Zoro, that is expecting a collabo. Zoro will have called Mohbad's phone. Say, guy, where you there now? We supposed to shoot this thing today. Nobody could reach Mohbad on Monday. Wunmi will always jump to Tuesday. Tuesday. I'm gonna get padawa kilo challenge Monday. Gba reverse. Don't jump to Tuesday. At least there is Monday before Tuesday. Gba reverse. Kilo challenge Monday. Ibo ni Mohbad wà. Because I require enu waiting happen for Monday. Kilo she. Oh God. Like I said, there's a lot I scripted down. I'll quickly run over what I said. I'll quickly run over it. He asked for water. Hadura brought him water. And you were there, the wife. So just like Arifa said, you participated in no activity. Monday cannot disappear, sister. We are bringing back Monday. So you participated in zero activity. And everything was playing out on Tuesday. So on Monday, can you give us the activities in your house on Monday? Was it not on Monday you called the Mohbad? What brought that statement out? You they play. What brought the statement? And there is no Abiamo that will get that phone call. Even if you're in Kaduna, you will hit Lagos that day. You will hit Lagos that day. Belete say you dey Ikorodu. Now only one canoe, you don't reach house. So definitely Mama Mohbad got up and got to that place on Monday.
Thank you.
And I'm sure Mama Mohbad will not go alone. She would have called the sister. So that statement, that you said around 2 o'clock or whatever, what prompted that statement? That statement. A normal human critical situation. So Wunmi, September 11, kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀? You don't just utter those words. Those words are uttered when there is a critical die situation. And it's playing out on Monday, not Tuesday. You cannot whine us. So Barry Vass, go back on Monday and give us a play-by-play event. Kilo shele si Mohbad nijo Monday. Because you cannot tell us that he was sleeping throughout on Monday.
Crunch Queen, even if he's sleeping throughout on Monday, why is no one saying it?
That is why, my sister, their script is not scripting.
You understand? Even if he was sleeping, it should be addressed that yes, he was sleeping throughout Monday, blah blah blah. Nothing. That Monday has just disappeared, kaput from the calendar. Exactly. That was the intention.
Perhaps they thought nobody will ask questions about Monday, and perhaps they forgot that Baba God.
Monday is the main thing. Monday is what we should be asking. Monday is what the lawyer should be asking. What happened to Mohbad in the house on Monday? Monday is what the court should be asking all of them. Monday
God bless you. God bless you. You guys came back early Monday morning, but give us a play-by-play. Between when you came back in the morning and when you called your mother-in-law, what is happening? And Mama Mohbad cannot deny that they did not call her. That's another thing. That's a very good point. She cannot deny now that they called her on Tuesday. Iya Hadura, March January, you were called on Monday. So between the early hours that they returned and the time they called Iya Hadura, what was happening in the house? We will always take you guys back to Monday. Una de play.
That Monday is very important. It is
Monday is the real thing, my sister. That is why Wunmi will always jump to Tuesday.
From now on, we want accountability of what happened on Monday.
We want to know what happened on Monday. Kilo shele nijo Monday. You guys cannot cancel Monday. September 11, 2023 is a Monday. Kilo shele. Mohbad did not engage with his fans throughout on Monday. His mother could not reach him. Sheyi could not reach him. The guy processing Canada visa could not reach him. Kilo shele iboni Mohbad wa. He was in his house. He didn't travel. He was right there in his house. Barry Vass, go back to Monday. Kilo shele nijo Monday. Like I said, you don't say such things just like that at random. Something critical is happening or has happened. Because his mother could not reach him. So that day, Monday, Iya Mohbad got to know that something don't stop. Now, another question we need to ask. At what time or at what day did Iya Mohbad and Folashade see the duvet filled with blood, full of blood? Or when Folashade also saw the singlet, or when they saw blood? Let me just say, we don't want to know whether an handkerchief, we are not even bothered anymore, whether duvet or singlet. All we know is that both of them confirmed that they saw blood. Baba Mohbad too also confirmed they saw blood. But let me start with Iya Hadura. At what day did Iya Hadura see blood? that the younger sister had to say, Auntie me, ẹ̀jẹ̀ yìí ṣe pọ̀ tó báyìí.
You mean Crunch Queen? You mean washing the duvet, not see blood?
No, even before they wash, they must have seen the blood before washing. Exactly, it's the same thing, my sister. Exactly.
Yeah, what day
exactly.
was she washing the duvet? We want to
what
know.
Day did she? Good. What day did she see the blood, and what day did she wash it? Definitely, she did not wash on Tuesday, because you know why I'm saying it. She went there with Baba Mohbad.
Yeah,
later in the day.
Yeah, exactly.
So does it mean she? So yeah, Hadura. Oh God, my head is spinning right now. When did Hadura go there to see Mohbad? And don't forget, Tolani already has already given us the info that Hadura was there and saw the corpse.
Wow.
Do you remember that already is audio? Tolani's already is audio. Commenters now flow with me. The only energy day, the only queen of energy day here. Arifa said don't travel. Arifa to travel. Arifa to travel. The only queen of energy day with me. Thank you. If you remember, Tolani already. Oh God. Tolani already. Make una dey dig out those audio. We go keep it for them. We go dey play them. Tolani already said
bumper. We have to start from beginning now.
Queen of energy.
We go Monday.
We go
when was the duvet washed? When did you see blood? All those questions no answers.
Queen of energy, we go nowhere. I said now here we go there. They will carry the truth, can't give us.
Exactly.
Tolani already you confirmed that Mohbad was there to see the corpse. Gang. Tolani already. And as at that time, she was a staunch Wunmi supporter. Only Mohbad the real Ori. So when did Mohbad go there? It is definitely not Tuesday. Mohbad was there on Monday. Benny gang. Ijawe gang. Mohbad debe. Monday. When did Folashade and Mohbad see the blood and whatever duvet singlets? It has to be Monday. We can't prove it yet. But when we are tying up the trends, yes, Mojisola, it's likely to be Monday.
It's not likely, it is Monday.
Queen of energy. They won't cover that Monday. We not go agree, my people. See, social, like I said, it was like a joke. I said, these guys messed up our mental health for 22 months. God help us to repair our mental health. Our mental health is okay. Nothing to us. Anyhow they bring and we take. We don't become a bonga for this matter. Nobody is crying anymore. Nobody is falling sick. Nobody is depressed. We have done that in 22 months. All of us don't recover. We don't become a bolo on this matter. We go analyze it with clear mind.
Because now we are sleeping properly, so our mind is sharp.
I said we don't become professional.
We never used to sleep. All of us were zombies. We were zombies. We couldn't think.
These people dealt with us. With lies and
like
conspiracies.
Zombies. You wake up in the morning, you are even forgetting to brush your teeth on just for
yes,
Mohbad.
They dealt with us emotionally, psychologically. We have recovered. You cannot.
We are sleeping. Our brains are functioning.
Benny, we have recovered from those. Nothing they do us. Nothing. If you not being gonna lie, we go analyze it. If you bring the truth, we will analyze it. Nobody is falling under depression. Nobody is crying again. We don't cry tired. That one is gone. Now we are analyzing you guys. We are playing back your audio. Tolani already said Mohbad was there. Saw Mohbad corpse. Yes, no retreat, no surrender. Mohbad was there. So the question is, when did Mohbad go there to see Mohbad's body? Because you know what? When she was there on Tuesday with Baba Mohbad, she opened her mouth and said she no enter. Shall of now remember, Mohbad no enter. She did not enter on Tuesday because she know what is there. Mohbad did not enter on Tuesday with Baba Mohbad when they got there in the night because she already knows what is there. As far as she's concerned, she has studied up the evidence. So whatever blood Baba Mohbad saw, maybe it was the shoddy cleaning they did.
Yeah,
the real
it was the leftover blood.
Leftover. God, there's no why you want to take clean blood. You go see the smell self. You go see trace.
Of course.
You go see trace. So what time did Hadura get?
You can't cover up murder. It will show.
Yeah. Now, Queen of Energy, no be animal then kill. Human being.
Blood is strong.
Human being.
You smell human being's blood. You yourself.
Queen of Energy. Okay. Make her continue. What time did Hadura and Folashade visit the house? When was Hadura called? When did both of them
do you know what's going on with Mohbad inside? I would say that last year, from last year, I had an idea of like, okay, I was like, I really love this dude, you know, what's happening, we linked and talked about it. And I would just love to keep the conversations that we had last year, like private to him, you know, to respect him. Yeah. And then this year, when we linked, when we meet Mad, we didn't really talk too much about what was going on, you know, because I sent him the song and he liked it. I said, you know, let him just come and record. So we just kept it on good vibes. And then we kind of like refreshed the conversation, like the idea, the solution to the problems that we put to the table that we had last year. We refreshed them this year when we recorded Mad. So we didn't really talk nothing new, you know, but I had an idea, like, you know, what's going on.
Did you know it was that serious?
So I did not know about the external ones, like the ones that came from other people. The ones I knew about were like things that I would say are natural, you know, things that happen to just about everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what we talked about. I didn't know about the ones that people brought to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you enjoy doing rap?
Right now, I just, you know, music is different to me right now. It does. If he says sing, I sing. If he says chant, I chant.
If you say rap, I rap.
So it just whatever music says to me, I just do it. I just enjoy it.
Right. Because you know why I'm asking because of what Wizkid had to say about rap. So for every rapper when they come on the show, me, I want to hear from the horse's mouth. Do you understand what I mean? How did you feel hearing that? And do you think personally that rap is dead?
It is crazy that I was here in Cool FM when they did the news, you know,
broke out. Yeah.
So, I do not think so, but I kind of like have an idea of what he was trying to say. The way he said it was wrong, you know. And then also he said we put him out of context, that he didn't.
So what do you mean then?
That he was talking about Nigerian rappers. But, I mean, if you're talking about rapper anywhere.
I would like to fast forward this.
I think that
aspect. While doing that,
I'm trying to be careful not to say, to say the wrong things, right? Yeah, but I do not. Of course, rap is not dead.
Yeah.
It's just that we took too long to be able to.
While waiting for that, let Crunchy Queen continue. I only want to use this to back up what she's saying. Continue, ma.
Thank you, sir. So, at what point did Hadura and Folashade see the blood? Because when Hadura was there with Baba Mohbad the following day, Tuesday, she didn't enter the house with him in the evening. She didn't enter. Because definitely she knows waiting up. She knows he has been embalmed. Because Darosha, her own younger brother, same father, same mother, carried out the embalmment process. So she knows already.
Crunchy Queen.
So at what? Sir?
Let me give you answer to that.
Okay.
Okay. From what you've said, Mama Mohbad Sopon would wọlé níjọ́ Tuesday. On the 13th, ìjọ́ Wednesday, gbogbo wọn ti wà ní Burial Ground except Iya Mohbad. You understand me? And for you to know that Iya Mohbad ti wà níbẹ̀ látijọ́ Monday, because tí òun àti Baba Mohbad bá débẹ̀ tí ó bá sí níbẹ̀ níjọ́ Monday, tó bá yẹ pé 9 o'clock on Tuesday ni wọ́n jọ débẹ̀ níjọ́ yẹn, time wo ni Iya Mohbad ní at that period tó mourn tó gbọ́ ikú ọmọ ẹ̀ tó débẹ̀ ló fọ aṣọ ẹ̀jẹ̀. That is to tell you that Iya Mohbad ti wà ńbẹ̀ níjọ́ Monday. Am I making sense? And also ẹ má gbàgbé pé Folashade àti Iya Mohbad àti Mama Mohbad wọn ò jọ wà ńbẹ̀. Iya Mohbad àti Baba Mohbad ni wọ́n claim pé àwọn débẹ̀ níjọ́ Tuesday ní 9 p.m. And the question we need to ask ourselves is this: nígbà wo ni Folashade dé?
Correct.
Ṣé ìjọ́ Monday ló ti béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀?
Correct.
Kí ló dé tẹ́ fọ aṣọ ẹ̀jẹ̀, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀?
Correct.
Àbíjọ́ Tuesday lálẹ́ ẹ̀ náà lòun náà débẹ̀. Tí Folashade bá jáde tó bá sọ pé jọ́ Tuesday lálẹ́ ẹ̀ lòun débẹ̀ lòun béèrè question yẹn lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n òun. ẹ má gbàgbé ìjọ Monday ni wọ́n ti fọ aṣọ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Continue.
Hey, blood of Jesus. Blood of Jesus. Anyway, Tolani has already... Anyway, Tolani already has helped Wunmi to establish the fact that Iya Mohbad saw Mohbad's body. So that's a very important information that Tolani gave us that time, almost a year now, that Iya Mohbad has seen Mohbad's body. And that will be Monday. So again, Wunmi, before you start jumping to Tuesday, we will always take you back to Monday. We will always take you back to Monday. And that driver said, I can never forget till I die. I just add that one. No. I can never forget. My phone rang between 9:45 and 10 a.m. on Tuesday. Say, Mohbad, don't buy. He said, I can't forget. That the next day, Tuesday, they said, that guy will cut. Sir?
Sorry to call you short again.
Okay.
From the little interview Hadura did with Objective Media, he said, second hospital, no one to pay BID. You understand me? And if they can put a call through to the driver on Tuesday, need time here, that means the first hospital is brought in dead. Thank you.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Hadura, well, according to Andy and the Queen of Energy, I think it will be 100% fair to put Hadura on the limelight. And for now, because he is the true blood of Aloba. Wunmi na Alejo, if you see where I'm going, Hadura is the true blood of Aloba. So if we expect between Wunmi and Hadura to say the truth, at least the onus of truth lies on one more than the other. Am I right or wrong, Arifa?
You are right. You are right.
The onus of saying the truth lies on one more than the other.
I think the stage we are in this case, yeah, Hadura needs to come out.
Wallahi Oma Atiba. Thank you.
We need to give Wunmi a rest and drag that Hadura, Papa.
For real. No, for real. Honestly, because I'm aligning with Andy and Queen of Energy. The onus of truth lies on Hadura more than Wunmi. More than Wunmi. Because Hadura was right there in the house. He didn't leave the house. He was in the house throughout Monday. He was in the house on Tuesday. Everything happened in his presence. So if Wunmi refused to say the truth, will Hadura, if he has a conscience, we know he doesn't have. We are just playing the devil's advocates. If Hadura has any conscience at all, he should be the one to say the truth. Not even Darosha, because Darosha is a bit distant. He's an uncle. Now, uncle, Hadura should be able to say the truth. But we know that these people are hardened and wicked. All of them, including Wunmi. They are hardened and wicked. But the truth is that there is no perfect plan. All their scripts are not scripting. All the interviews Wunmi has granted, she's conflicting and confusing even herself. Okay, bossman.
Very for interjection. Good day, Madam Cotrin. Do you also know that Ade West also washed clothes of Mohbad that stained with blood? If you have your CTC, please open to page 112. I'll be reading from page 112 to see how Ade West also tampered with evidence.
Please go ahead. I don't write that down. Page 112. So Ade West also washed clothes.
Yeah. But you went inside. Okay, let me start from 111. Question: do you stay in the same room in the house? Answered: no, we do not sleep in the same room. Question: you sleep in a different room? DJ Bami said yes. Question: but you went inside? DJ Bami said yes. Question: please tell us what he wore to the show at Ikorodu. Anyways, answered: he wore a white top and a black trousers and a shoe, but by the time we got home, he already pulled his top. Question: was it long sleeve or short sleeve? Hadura said short sleeve. Question, did you see the top again? Was it stained? Hadura said it was stained with blood, but West washed it the next day. So
washed it the next day? Repeat that.
At the West.
Oh, who were they asking that question?
DJ Bami.
Okay, so DJ Bami now said Ade West washed it the next day, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's okay. Thank you for that information. Well noted. We'll be adding that to our solution. So it is not only Mohbad that tamper with evidence.
Take the next. Look at the next question they ask. Look at the next question they ask. So he got They said so he got home and slept that day. DJ Bami said yes. Question. So what time did you see him again? We are now on Monday. DJ Bami said yes. On Monday, it was later in the night. He came outside of the room, went to the kitchen, and came to the parlor. I was watching a movie and eating, and he said that his hand was paining him, and I was like, we could not get a nurse today, and I have been trying to get the nurse. That tomorrow the nurse will come. Question: was he dripping blood? DJ Bami said little by little, but it was not rushing like that. Question: did he bandage it? DJ Bami answered no, he just left it. Question: he just left it like that? DJ Bami said yes. Question: he came out night? DJ Bami said yes. Question: did you enter his room? DJ Bami said no. Question: it was the following day you entered Tuesday, and that was when you noticed the bedspread was blood stained? DJ Bami answered, it was after we came back home and after the fight that I saw blood. Question: there was a time you went to wake him up when the nurse came up on Tuesday? He said yes. So that is the part of it. I just want us to talk about the part of the blood. Just continue until I find something.
I'm going to tie that up with what is that DJ Bami saying submission? DJ Bami ba? Okay, now Wunmi said we got a nurse that stayed with us overnight.
On page 112.
I don't write that down. I've noted the page. My people, Wunmi said we got a nurse that stayed with us overnight before the second nurse came. It was from one of these interviews of Wunmi that we even got to know, said the nurse not too. So if the Japanese said, oh God. So that means there was a nurse that maybe other people were not aware of in the house, because make it make sense.
Yeah, because that's the second nurse, isn't it? They said they had two nurses, isn't it?
Yes, now Wunmi said one slept overnight.
Yes, so my question is that why did they call the nurse on Monday? What happened to Mohbad that he needs a nurse for that Monday?
The reason why we have to be emphasizing Monday, exactly. No. The question
Queen.
No. Let me help you. And the Nisuru, Queen of Energy. The question should be, when did the first nurse come?
Yeah, when did she arrive? And why was she called? What happened?
Adego, we will rephrase the question. Before we say who be the nurse, we will ask them, when did the first nurse come? And we know said the one from Kutanu came on Tuesday. And Wunmi said one slept overnight. The one that slept overnight. So that would be Monday overnight to Tuesday. Wunmi they play. So when did the first nurse come? Before we even begin to say who, make we even ask when. Adego, may we ask. When did the first nurse come? Before una say spending, give you the name of the second nurse. I say una script is not scripting. Spending. So if Wunmi, the wife of my youth, is saying we even have to get one nurse to sleep overnight, this is the wife of my youth that is saying it. Oh.
Yeah, but Crunch Queen, yeah, they came back from show. Why did they call nurse that night Monday? I want to understand that part. I don't understand it.
We are bringing that discussion back to the table, my sister. We are bringing that discussion back.
It's not making sense. If they have a nurse who slept overnight, what is the reason? They are not talking about it. They are just talking about he woke up, he did this. The thing is not making sense.
So, Arifa, we now need to emphasize, when was the first nurse called? Why was the first, we'll be emphasizing first, my people. Let's make it clear. We'll be emphasizing first because the nurse we've been running around along with was the second nurse. Now let's ask about the first.
Crunchy Queen.
When was the first nurse called? When? What time?
Crunchy Queen.
Monday. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not that fighting you, but I just want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Sanity wọ́n gbà fún Joseph Aloba. Ìjẹ́ ó ka CTC Fadile at all. And at this junction, I make up believe pé it's just appearing for, it's just taking money for appearance fees. That is it.
Let me go back. Don't put me for one. I don't want to talk about San. I think go beg you. Let me go back to Wunmi. Wunmi, in one of these Osakama J's interview, thank you for telling us that there were actually 2 nurses, not one.
All right, Crunchy Queen. Let me put it this way. Listen to this.
I've forgotten the nurse in medical line. So he gave the nurse administered 1 injection. The second one, I think, first, I think it was the third one that reacted on his body. Oh. Yes, it was the 3rd injection. But I was not really because that was now I was cooking before the hospital. So I had to go to the kitchen to put on the food I was cooking. I went upstairs. So I think it was around yes, the nurse was about to give him the 3rd injection. Was when I entered. So immediately I entered, it was like, he was telling the nurse to remove it. I was feeling somehow. They told the nurse to remove it. I want to pee and I want to vomit. So I held his hand to the restroom. He vomited. He peed. When I come back from the restroom, he just fell down. They started saying his heart's hurting him. I need water. So I had to call on Hadura, like the other people that they should come. So he told Hadura to get him water. Hadura should pour him water. So Hadura got him water. We poured the water on him, but he was still not feeling comfortable. He said he needs fan. Like he's hurting inside his heart. He's hurting him. Heat inside. Yes, like he needs water. Like he needs us to pour him water. Yes, he started having reactions, like he was vomiting. So we had to carry him to Liam's room because Liam's room has AC. But he said he's still not feeling comfortable. So I knew that this something had to be done. So I ran to him, so our neighbors, because his car was faulty, like his personal mechanic was working on his car. So I went to the mechanic, he has not even gone anywhere with the car. We cannot carry the car to the hospital. So I had to run to the next neighbor to please help us. And the neighbor accepted, and he followed up me upstairs to carry my husband, and I had to call on different people to just help me to carry me. So, okay, immediately such a test, that didn't happen. The nurse ran to the nearest pharmacy. The nurse and Annie, they ran to the nearest pharmacy to get something to calm the reaction. But, so on our way going to the hospital, we saw Bami and the nurse, so we had to take them along. So, and we stay around Ochi, in so we
which means, in this speech, Bami and the nurse did not come back into the compound. Bami don't know how they move Mohbad into the cab. Neither the nurse did not witness how they take Mohbad into the car. On our way to the hospital, we pick Bami and the nurse along, so we go together.
There was not traffic. The traffic was really much. So we have.
You know where she said Hadura poured You know where she said Hadura poured him water. In Hadura's interview today, he said he met them pouring him water. So who poured water?
I'll come down from the car and carry him on the bike to the hospital. So we got to the hospital, and the nurse, the doctor, my brother-in-law, and Bami went to the ward. They didn't allow me to go because of the way I was doing. So when we got to the hospital, the doctor tried to examine me, and I think like 15 minutes later, just the doctor broke the news that he's dead. So immediately I heard this news. It sounds funny because this was the same person I had. Like we still spoke like a few minutes ago. We had planned on going to Lekki to give our baby. So it sounds like a trust to me. So I put a call through to his sister. I called his sister. I was just calling different people that day. I called my brother, his cousin Darusha. I just called so many people. So Darusha came to me.
And you all hear this? I called his sister.
Blessing.
Who was Mohbad's sister? Madam Mrs. Blessing. 1. I called his cousin Darusha. And in the CTC, not even in the CTC this time, I won't talk about the CTC. At Corona inquest, I was on the chair sitting, I put my hand like this, they look. When Darusha said, Bami was the one who called him as at 11:30 a.m. that Mohbad is confessing. The question is, when did you call Darusha? See what? Who really called Darusha? Darusha, who called you? You understand?
Arifa.
Who called you?
Arifa.
Baba?
Let me go read this part to you guys.
Everything is just messy. Everything is just messy.
Let me read this part. Let me read this part. This is the cross-examination of the Jebami on page 91. All right. It's not really hard, but just want you guys to be aware of that. Page 91. It said, when you guys got home after the injury was sustained at the show, who administered first aid on the deceased? The Jebami answered, spirit cleaning. It was me. It was the next day I did that. Question. That night, nobody administered anything? The Jebami answered, it was that night I went to get spirit and Panadol for the pain. And when I got home, he was already asleep. And it was the next day that I cleaned the wound for him. Question.
Hold on, brother. So that means the Jebami cannot even confirm there was a nurse that slept overnight. A big queen of energy. Arifa. If nurse day house, the Jebami go send a nurse to give him the spirit and the iodine now.
So that means there wasn't nurse that day in the house. So who was the nurse?
So I don't know. Just hold on to this part.
You all need to listen. So you will get the time the second nurse arrived at the house. That is why
I'm particular about the first nurse. Arifa, no, please don't get me wrong, guys. Don't get me wrong. I am particular about the first nurse.
No, it's not the second nurse, so we are talking about.
I'm not talking about the second nurse. I'm talking about the first nurse. The first nurse.
Arifa.
Hold on, guys. You are talking about the nurse that slept over.
Yes.
That is why I said. That is why I'm taking you to this particular video.
Before
then you will know when the nurse arrived and how the nurse spent the night and the reason for the nurse.
Okay, good. The first nurse. Okay.
Before you play that recording, Arifa, let me just 2 or 4 more lines. I think you guys need to know this too. So it was that night I went to get the spirit. The question that night, nobody administered anything. The Jebami said, it was the night I went to get spirit and Panadol for the pain. And when I got home, he was already asleep. And it was the next day that I cleaned the wound for him. Question. So nobody treated the bleeding on same Sunday? Bami answered, before I came back from the pharmacy, he was already asleep. Question. So it bled from Ikorodu to the island without any form of treatment? The Jebami said yes. Question. Without any form of first aid through the journey? The Jebami said yes. Question. Are you aware of the cloth and the soap? And are you aware of the cloth and that was soaked with blood and whatever? He said it was not whatever. So what I'm trying to say is that even the lawyer that were questions, I mean, there was like, so no treatment was done from the way, if it was really bleeding that bad, no treatment was done from Ikorodu to the house. And the journey was 2 hours journey. Thank you very much.
For your plates. Play.
The hospital. So that was that no, my husband cannot be dead. I have to take him to the hospital. They don't know what they are doing in this hospital. So I told him that we have to take him to another hospital. So we went to another hospital, another Osaka, London. The nurse was also present. They were asking the nurse, what did you give him? So she was telling them, she was just talking. I was just, but they didn't allow me to go inside because of the way I was reacting. I just started the hospital. I sat outside and I could listen to their conversation. The doctor was asking, what did you give him? What did you do? But the doctor was asking, will you come while trying to put it in his vein, like you're supposed to be calm with him. Did you do this? The nurse was asking those questions. I was outside, so they tried. They did so many things to resources. So we've been 5 years, but I think like 20 minutes after, the doctor broke the news again that he's dead, and there's nothing we can do. Oh my God! From that spot, I didn't even know anything again. But I knew that I got back to, like, went back to the house. His body was taken home too.
Listen.
And the nurse was with us through the night. And after my father-in-law, like the family came around. His friends also came around. Like we had to get another nurse to come to the house.
Find his location easily in 3 simple steps. Open Famio app. Enter.
My people, we go analyze that part. Arifa, we don't reach bus stop. We go analyze that part.
Listen again.
To let you to give our baby. So it sounds like a trust to me. So I put a call through to his sister. I called his sister. I was just calling different people that day. I called my brother, his cousin Darusha. I just called so many people. So Darusha came to the hospital, and I told Darusha that no, my husband cannot be dead. We have to take him to the hospital. They don't know what they are doing in this hospital. So I told him that we have to take him to another hospital. So we went to another hospital, another Osaka, London. The nurse was also present. They were asking the nurse, what did you give him? So she was telling the just talking. Me, I was just going inside because of the way I was reacting. I just sat in the hospital. I sat outside, and I could listen to their conversation. The doctor was asked, "What did you do this?" Like the doctor was asked, "Like, when you come, why trying to put it in his vein? Like you're supposed to be calm with him. Did you do this? The nurse was asking those questions. I was outside, so they tried. They did so many things to resources. So we've been 5 years, but I think like 20 minutes after, the doctor broke the news again that he's dead, and there's nothing we can do. Oh my God! From then, that spot, I didn't even know anything again. But I knew that I got back to, like, went back to the house. His body was taken home too, and the nurse was with us through the night. And after my father-in-law, like the family came around. His friends also came around. Like we had to get another nurse to come to the house.
Arifa, the nurse stayed with us throughout the night. His father-in-law came. When did the father-in-law show up? Tuesday. And and they didn't. Oh Jesus! On Tuesday, Mohbad.
Why is that small?
Hey, Egbami. Because
so went to another hospital, another Osaka, London. The nurse was also present. They were asking the nurse, what did you give him? So she was telling them, she was just talking. Me, I was just, but they didn't allow me to go inside because of the way I was reacting. I just sat in the hospital. I sat outside, and I could listen to their conversation. The doctor was asking, what did you give him? What did you do this? Like the doctor was asking, like, when you come, why trying to put it in his vein? Like you're supposed to be calm with him. Did you do this? The nurse was asking those questions. I was outside, so they tried. They did so many things to resources. So we've been 5 years, but I think like 20 minutes after, the doctor broke the news again that he's dead, and there's nothing we can do. Oh my God! From that spot, I didn't even know anything again. But I knew that I got back to, like, went back to the house. His body was taken home too, and the nurse was with us through the night. And after my father-in-law, like the family came around. His friends also came around. Like we had to get another nurse to come to the house to try to find something to do to his to him, but nothing was done. The nurse was with us throughout.
Hey,
I rest my case.
We will analyze.
I arrest
You are not going anywhere. We will analyze that point. We will analyze that part.
If I'm to understand, when she said, hold on, Country Queen, she said the father-in-law came to the house and the friends came to the house. So she stopped on Tuesday, not Monday.
And that the nurse stayed overnight.
That way, yeah, stayed overnight.
On that Tuesday, not Monday.
Now that Tuesday, yeah, I know. Yeah. So
meanwhile, we all know that the Tuesday, the body was already going to Ikorodu.
Now, wow,
nobody slept overnight. Mohbad's body did not sleep overnight in Ileki on Tuesday. His body was already on the way to Ikorodu mortuary. Una they follow. Arifa they sleep ni majekaja o.
They follow.
Una they follow. Wunmi, Mohbad's body did not sleep overnight on Tuesday.
Crunchy queen.
Mongba.
Na Naija Arifa dey o.
Mongba.
Naija Arifa wa. Èkó Arifa wa o.
Please go back to you go brother Mema Binu rewind. We analyze that part. We have to tie the two nurses together. At what point did the two nurses come into the picture? We will analyze. Please rewind, brother me. We will analyze that part. We will get the time the time frame. Queen lady say you're hearing too. Maybe not only me they hear them. My brother no verse. Rewind.
So I told him that we have to pick it in another hospital. So went to another hospital, another Osaka, London. The nurse was also present. They were asking the nurse, what did you give him? So she was telling them, she was just talking. Me, I was just, but they didn't allow me to go inside because of the way I was reacting. I just started the hospital. I sat outside and I listened to their conversation. The doctor was asking, what did you give him? What did you do? Like the doctor was asking, like, when you come, why trying to put it in his vein? Like you're supposed to be calm with him. Did you do this? Did you do that? The nurse was asking those questions. So I was outside, so they tried. They did so many things to resuscitate. So we've been 5 years, but I think like 20 minutes after, the doctor broke the news again that he's dead, and there's nothing we can do. From that spot, I didn't even know anything again. But I knew that the house, his body was taken home too.
The father-in-law and the rest of his family came
to try to find something to do to him, but nothing was done. The nurse was with us throughout. When my father-in-law came to the house, the nurse narrated everything that happened to him. He wanted to get the nurse arrested, but my father said we should allow her to go. That he doesn't have any business with the nurse, that she should go. And
let me respond to Lakpe. Let me respond to Lakpe.
I arrest myself.
Lakpe said, Arifa, don't allow them to push you. You are in Niger. Ojurito. Please, Lakpe, is it that we are fabricating the voice notes? Because I'm not getting your points.
That's my mom. And she's trying to put me on the right path that Arifa, Ojutirito, be careful on your analysis.
You understand?
We are the one talking, not.
Okay, mommy.
No, that is why I'm responding to Crunchy Queen that Mami Naijanimo wow.
We can't put him in trouble. No, Mami, we can't put him in trouble.
I arrest myself.
No, we can't put him in trouble. Okay, hear me. We can never put him in trouble, Mami. Lala. We can never. We are only trying to debunk the second
something sodium.
We need to separate the first nurse and the second nurse in this situation. When was the second nurse that slept overnight? Which overnight? Is it Monday to Tuesday night or Tuesday night to Wednesday night? Which overnight is Wunmi preparing to?
It's Monday to Tuesday night for me. So
that means all this Kurame drama happened on Monday. All this taking to the hospital happened on Monday.
That Monday must be explained thoroughly. Something is not right with
because if she's saying a nurse stayed overnight, which overnight is she referring to? And she said that the father-in-law came and his friends. Father-in-law showed up on Tuesday.
And Crunchy Queen, a nurse cannot sleep there Tuesday because Tuesday is already embalmed. What is the nurse there for? They already preparing to go. They already preparing to go and put him down.
They go by Wednesday. They are buried Mohbad. By Wednesday they don't bury Mohbad.
It's Monday to Tuesday that the first nurse came.
By Wednesday they are buried Mohbad. By Tuesday midnight, but the corpse was already on the way to mortuary in Ikorodu. The father-in-law have already seen the body by Tuesday evening, when Mama Mohbad no enter. So which overnight is Wunmi referring to that the nurse was there? We need to clarify that, Arifa.
Hello.
Let me allow somebody else to talk. Thank you, everybody.
Hello.
But I want for me now, Arifa, clap for me.
Clap.
Wunmi said a nurse sleep overnight. That should be Monday/Tuesday.
Thank you.
And the reason is this. On Tuesday, around 10:30, Mohbad cops have left the house. Don't forget, in one of Wunmi's interview, she said, Baba Niki Nosi ma lo. Abibeko, Baba Niki Nosi ma lo. And don't forget, if truly Baba said that,
it was the same. It was the same interview. The same interview.
Hold on, Arifa. If truly Baba said that, Baba was not there on Wednesday. Baba was there on Tuesday. Do you see the arithmetic there? If truly, which Baba have already debunked that for jury nursing, and nurse also confirmed for jury Baba. But let's take with the statement of Wunmi Adebanjo, truly that Baba Sokwe ki nurse malo. According to the story of Baba was there 9 p.m. on Tuesday, and Baba said nurse malo.
Andy.
That means, and the nurse ti Baba niko malo was Feyi Shara Okedengbe. You understand? Because nurse Feyi Shara Okedengbe is just Tuesday lọ́sàn around 2:30 lòun débẹ̀. Is it possible for somebody that came there around 2:30 on Tuesday afternoon and Baba sọ pé kó máa lọ? Is it possible for that nurse to sleep over? It's never possible.
Let me put it like this, Mr. Andy. Let's put it this way. Listen, let's put it this way.
They were asking the nurse, what did you give him? So she was telling them, she was just talking. Me, I was just, but they didn't allow me to go inside because of the way I was reacting. I just had the hospital. I sat outside and, I listened to their conversation. The doctor was asking, what did you give him? What did you do? Like, the doctor was asking, well, when you come, why trying to put it in his vein? Like, you're supposed to be calm with him. Did you do this? The nurse was answering those questions. So I was outside. So they did so many things to resuscitate. So we 5 years, but I think like 20 minutes after, the doctor broke the news again that he's dead. And there's nothing we can do. Oh my God. From that spot, I didn't even know anything again. But I knew that I got back to, went back to the house. His body was taken home too. And the nurse was through the night. And after my father-in-law
the nurse was with us through the night. I have 2 questions. Crunchy Queen, I want you to answer this question. Let me to you, man.
Yes,
sorry, man.
Yes, sir. No problem. Mommy,
Question. The first question is, Karimo that happens to be Mohbad's elder sister. If I am right, I don't know if I'm correct or not. I just want you to correct me.
Karimo is not Mohbad's elder sister.